Okay, so we have our plan, and we are going to get ready to use the bottom. We have templates for that, so you're going to have your base, which is going to be a square. Then you are going to have a side, so this is going vertically, and it'll say vertical for the 2-story, so you're going to use it vertically. So you're going to have 2 of these, and then you are also going to have a gable. And when you set that up, we want to actually match it so that it has that point attached. So we're going to actually use this template on top of our gable, and we're having it go right up to the corners of our project. So then when I trace it or use it to, as a tracer, I'm going to lay it on top. So we have those pieces. So I have my slabs ready to go. This is my base, and I just use a scrap one, and I'm just going to make sure that it fits on there. And kind of double check everything, make sure everything fits on there, and it does. And I just line it up with a straight edge that's already there, so that's perfect with what I need. And then I'm going to cut that out. So you don't need a lot for your base if you're doing this one. So make sure you cut all the way through. So there's my bottom. Then I am going to get another slab for my sides. Let me set that up to the side. So here's my side. I have like some texture on this one right here. And I'm going to use my sides here, lay it out, and get it ready to go. And cut around it. So I'm just planning all my pieces and getting them all cut out, ready to go. And then just remember to set your slab stuff off to the side. Stick it to the paper here. All your scraps can go off to one side here. Here's my other slab. I'm just going to cut really carefully. So I have my bottom and my 2 sides, and now I'm going to do the gable part. And the gable, again, if you recall, is where we have to use 2 templates on top of each other. So here's my 3rd slab right here. All right, and if you recall, it's this slab and combined with this one. So we're going to lay it over so we get that point. All right, and then we're going to set it where we want it. And I want it right there. And then you're going to just hold it down so it doesn't slide on you. And you are going to go around and cut that out. And then take care of that. Move that out of the way. So now I have my 4 pieces. I have my gable, which is the front of my house. And then I have the base, which is right here. And then I have my side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing a dry fit. And when I dry fit, I'm making sure that I am getting in the spots where it needs to be ready to be glazed, or not glazed, slipped. So if you look, you can kind of see where things are going to be touching. Right down here, I have this surface right here that needs to be slipped and scored, and then it's this surface right here. So it doesn't make sense to put slip there on the bottom because it's not going to touch the side of this. So I'm going to slip and score that. I usually do 3 pieces at once. All right, and the reason why I do it that way is so that it's more supportive. If I just do one, then it's probably going to fall over and break, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to slip and score this, and when you slip and score, make sure that you scrub your surfaces really good. I have a little toothpaste right here, and you want to scrub those surfaces really, really good. All right, so just kind of go back and forth, and then you are going to attach. So here's my one piece, and I'm going to turn it this way so you can see. So if I just like go like this and just hold it right there, then it's not going to hold. So I need to get the other one slipped and scored also. So I'm going to slip and score there, and then I'm going to slip and score here. Don't be afraid to put the slip on there, because this is our glue. If we don't have the slip on there, it's not going to stick. And then it's going to be slipped and scored here and the bottom. Alright, now I got everything slipped and scored. And I kind of lay it down where I want to put it. So if you look, you can kind of see where I put all the pieces at. And that's what we're looking for, is to kind of get it all laid out. So now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to set it right in there like so. And I'm also going to get this piece, and I'm going to try not to get my paper towel in there when I do it. So I'm going to set it up like that. And you can kind of see it supporting each other. That makes it a lot easier to work. And then what I am doing is, out here, I am tapping along that joint. So I'm just going to take my fingers and support it and tap it, and that moves it forward, which is what I want. And I want it to stick really good. And then I'm going to do the same thing here in the corner. I'm going to tap it. You can kind of start to see it starting to come in a little bit for you, and you're just going to kind of squish that together. The better tapping you do, the nicer the joint is going to be and more stable it's going to be. And we want to just have a really good adhesion. What you can do also to make if you're having difficulties getting it to stay, like it's not matching up, you could take some soft clay and you can roll out a really thin coil about the thickness of a toothpick. You just want it really super thin, like about like that. Alright, so really thin, and you are going to put a little slip in that corner like that, and then you're going to take this and put it inside that joint. And squish it so that it stays, and just kind of smooth it all out. You don't want a super thick coil. You're not like trying to fill in the corner. And what you're wanting to do is you want that to really adhere. And you just kind of run it up there. So you're just gonna, a lot of times I'll use the back of my fingernail to kind of get it to smooth out. You can use tools. There's some clay tools that you can use. But you're just going to get that joint to really merge in there and get a good joint. So then you would do that to all your joints. So like even the bottom ones, and get that to go. Then after you get done with that, you will want to start doing your other side. So like I have this side that needs to go on right here. But the problem is, if I put it there, you will have a gap. Alright, so if I put it right here, it's going to be a little bit off, and I don't want it. I want it to match up to what I have going on this side. Okay, so I need to cut a little bit off. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to cut inward and take a little bit off. I got a little crazy there, I'm at a bad angle. So you're going to take that a little bit off, and you can leave that slab and repair that a little bit if you accidentally do that. Not a big deal. And then this piece is going to go here. So pay attention to where things are touching, and you are going to slip and score those areas. So slipping and scoring here, and slipping and scoring here, all the way up along the side here. And then of course this is where this is touching. You're going to slip and score there. And it's touching this edge, so that's where I'm going to slip and score along the edge here and all along there. So I'm going to make sure I get it all along. Then you are going to attach. So now you're going to slide this in here like this, And watch out for your paper. You don't want your paper to get stuck between your joint and your two pieces of clay, because paper will burn out and then you'll end up having no attachment to your seams. All right, so then you will continue on, and there's your assembly of your house. We're going to leave this back area open, so make sure you have it open really well, and then you can work on getting your seams really good. And then we're going to work on the roof. Okay, that would be our next step.